This is an archive that I've created. I'm going to show you a few aspects of it. Firstly, this is a 5 Rand coin from South Africa, and this is my City to Surf medal, which I did in 2005. This watch belonged to my father. There's a little train on the back. This is quite an interesting little piece. It's from a casino. It's a chip, and I got it when my mom and her husband won 1,300,000 Rand on a 2 Rand slot machine at the casino. And because they were big winners, we got taken there for the night and given money to gamble with, and this is one of the chips from that night. And it made it possible for them to leave South Africa and go and live in Greece, pay off their house, and so it was quite a life-changing experience. It wasn't a lot of money at the time, but it really was a big change for them. This is something we found when we renovated a property in South Africa that used to belong to the Red Cross. Mark and I, it's my husband, did a big renovation, beautiful old property, and we found some things in the house when we moved in. This was a gift from a friend, and my favourite incense, which you can't smell, but it's very nice. Let me take you through some of the other stuff that I have. I've collected a few bits and pieces that belong to my father. He collected lighters. He was a big collector and loved to collect various things, salt and pepper sets, Toby jugs, various other things. But he had a beautiful lighter collection. I still have a few pieces from it, although much diminished. In those days, you were given lighters when you did business with people. They used to put their company logo on them, as they do today, but now they're plastic and not so attractive. But these are quite beautiful little things. Coca-Cola one, which is really cute. Difficult to open with one hand, but there we go. You can see, you take it off, and that is where you light it. Same with this little bottle. And this, a few other things. This is a roach clip a boyfriend of mine made for me. Just to put your little end of your joint in there to smoke it. And there's my prefect badge. I suppose putting them next to each other is quite ironic. And here are a few more lighters. This is actually the Union of South Africa, which doesn't exist anymore, so that's quite cool. There's Nigeria independence. This one's a little gun, which you would shoot and then pop up. Sweet little thing. Blaupunkt, German company. A little Gravify. And the aeroplane as well, which everyone loves, but it probably doesn't work so well anymore. A little typewriter. And there's my father right there playing golf, and that's my mom and George, her husband, or now husband. A few passport photos over the years. My daughter when she was a baby, me, my son. There's my daughter a bit older. There's my son. This is my father's mother's passport. Her name was Fanny, and Fanny Jacobs, and this was dated, well, she was born in 1889, on the 3rd of the 8th. see here that it puts husband, England, 26th of the 4th, 1881. So you had to have your husband's details in your passport. 5 feet 6 inches. It's a bit taller than I am. These are her 3 children. Sydney, Joyce, my aunt that I was named after, and Arthur, my father. And this is dated 28th of May 1924, when she came to Pretoria. They must have come from England. This is an English passport union of South Africa when they moved here. And here's my South African ID document. Everyone had to have a passbook and an ID book. This is the last one I had before immigrating to Australia. South African passport. Old one. Now, of course, it's an Australian citizen. This was before immigration. So, family of immigrants. My mother came from Egypt. She was born in Egypt, in the Greek community there. She's Greek. This is her parents, my grandmother and grandfather. These are some photos of her when she was younger in Egypt. She was quite beautiful. So I have a few of these old photos which are really lovely. Photos of her parents. Not too bad. Dancing. Really attractive. This is her and her cousin. Another passport photo. Put them together. My dad. This is a more recent photo of him playing golf, but he was in the war in North Africa, fought for South Africa in the Second World War. That's him. He was in the equestrian division. He was quite a ladies' man. Lots of photos of him with various women. That's my mom. And that's my dad in the middle with some of his cronies. They were real party guys in those days. This is him during the war. This is some more of my mum. My father when he was young. So just some photos from the time. People swimming. And then these are some photos from their wedding, taken out of 8mm film, which you can actually see over here. I've converted. These are the original boxes that the film was in. The 8mm movies that my father took with his little camera. But more put onto DVD. Reels and reels of them. And now exist in DVD format. But I took some movie stills out of them, some photo stills, should I say. And this is the result, which I think came out quite beautifully. It's my mom on her wedding day. That is my brother, who was from my father's previous marriage, on the day of their wedding. It's a page boy. There's my mom pushing him on the swing. She looks quite beautiful. Quite lovely photos in their garden in South Africa. This was in our garden. I was to come along later, but my mum and my brother about to give him a little kiss. Great photo. She was a beautiful bride, but there was lots of trouble going on with my brother's mother suing for custody of him, and they got married, I think, to create an environment, a stable environment for him. Two parents. My mother was a lot younger than my father at the time. I think about 12 years to age gap. It's my brother, probably with my sister, who's a bit older. Just some shots from a concert, one of our concerts at school. Photo of my sister. Another one. We're very close in age, 11 months apart, and being very important in my life. This is in South Africa, one of the parades, which we used to go and watch. Black man driving the beauty queens down the street, typical. This is me as a little girl, and I like to wear cowboy pants. It's a funny photo. I was quite a tomboy. Here's my brother and my mum. And once again, my sister and my mum in happier times. We were babies. I think there was a happy time then for a while, although there was stuff going on. There is. This is me a bit older. Things starting to fall apart maybe a bit. My brother and the leaves. That's me. Here's me with my grandmother, who lived until she was 103. This is my sister and I, and we were bridesmaids, or little bridemaid girls. It's my grandmother, and she was older. My father on the beach, a beach holiday. Photo of me again. My brother, my sister and I. Some friends. Typical of the time. My sister in South Africa. And I have a few from when I was a bit older. But this is when I was at school with some friends. Maybe in the 80s. That's my little dog Bear, who came with us from South Africa when we emigrated. And he's now gone. He was quite old. This is me with my son when he was a baby. And this is me when I was quite young at primary school. I'd written a note on the back of this, which I think is quite sad. To Daddy, I love you very much. Love, Joyce.